The launch of a spaceship is a miracle of precision. Every bolt, every calculation, every pound of fuel is accounted for. There is no room for error. And when the Kingfisher lifts off for its 2-year journey to Mars, every detail is in place. 3 astronauts, 3 seats, 3 lives tied to one mission. But in the silence of space, perfection shatters. A 4th life is discovered, a man who should not be there, a mistake that will unravel every plan, every equation, and every chance of survival. This is Stowaway, the story of 4 souls trapped together in the unforgiving void, forced to face the hardest question of all: who lives and who must die? The story begins with pressure, the thunder of engines, the roar of liftoff. Inside the capsule, 3 astronauts are strapped into their seats. Commander Marina Barnett, experienced, controlled, the kind of leader who carries the weight of a mission with silent strength. Dr. David Kim, focused, intellectual, a scientist whose algae experiment may one day make Mars habitable. Zoe Levinson, young, bright, hopeful, a doctor with little experience in space, but chosen because of her optimism and her will to keep humans alive in crisis. The ship shakes. Their bodies are crushed against their seats. The sound is deafening, and then silence. Weightlessness. The Earth falls away beneath them. They are on their way. The 3 begin settling into routine. Marina checks systems, her face calm but watchful. David tends to his algae cultures, tiny green strands that represent the fragile future of human life on Mars. Zoe moves through the ship with wide-eyed awe, laughing softly as she floats weightless. For a moment, everything is perfect. But space doesn't allow perfection for long. Marina moves to inspect the ship's systems. She notices something small, out of place: blood. Her brow furrows. She traces it to a panel. Hesitation. She pulls it open, and a man falls out, unconscious, injured. His body slams against the deck, oxygen mask slipping from his face. The others rush to help. Zoe checks his pulse, stabilizes him. David hovers, confused, calculating. Marina kneels beside him, her face tightening as she pieces it together. His name is Michael Adams, a launch engineer. He was never supposed to be here. Somehow, during pre-flight checks, he was knocked unconscious and sealed inside the panel. When the ship launched, he came with it. Now, he's trapped, just like them. Michael wakes in confusion, panic in his eyes. He's not trained for space. He doesn't understand what's happening. Marina tries to calm him, but her voice carries a shadow. She knows what this means. The ship was designed for 3, not 4. Supplies are limited. Oxygen is finite. Every breath Michael takes is a breath stolen from someone else. Zoe sits with him, assuring him it will be okay. Her compassion shines even as Marina's silence reveals doubt. David already knows the math has changed, and in space, math is survival. Days pass. The crew adjusts, but the tension simmers. Michael tries to help, offering to do chores, carrying guilt in every glance. But the truth cannot be ignored. 4 people, 3 life support systems. Then comes the breaking point. The oxygen scrubber, the device that removes carbon dioxide from the air, is damaged, irreparably. The accident that freed Michael also destroyed their safety net. Suddenly, the numbers aren't just bad, they're impossible. The ship has oxygen for 3, no more. Marina calls a meeting. Her voice is steady, but her eyes are tired. David lays out the math, clinical and precise. 4 people cannot survive this mission, not unless something changes. Michael sits in silence, the realization crashing over him. His very presence has doomed them. Zoe refuses to accept it. Her words are sharp, emotional. "We'll find another way. We have to." Marina holds her tongue, but her silence speaks louder than words. Desperation fuels creativity. David turns to his algae. In theory, it can generate oxygen, enough to balance the system. He devotes himself to it, tending to each tank like fragile children. Zoe helps, hopeful. For a while it works. The green strands grow, bubbling life into the air. But space is unforgiving. The algae strain is unstable. One tank crashes, then another. Their last hope withers, the green turning to brown. David slams his hands down, rage hidden beneath his exterior. Marina closes her eyes, the weight of command pressing down harder than gravity. And Michael? He weeps in silence, hiding in a corner. The guilt crushes him. He apologizes endlessly, but words can't change the oxygen levels. The silence of the ship grows heavy. Every sound, the hiss of air, the hum of machines, the creak of metal, becomes louder and louder. Each breath is a reminder time is running out. David voices it first, the unspeakable. There isn't enough for 4. Someone has to go. The words hang in the air, cold, final. Zoe protests, her voice shaking. Marina stiffens, but doesn't deny it. Michael stares at the floor, the implications sinking in. David argues with precision, logic his weapon. If 1 dies, 3 live. If no one chooses, all 4 die. To him, the answer is clear. Michael should be the one. He wasn't meant to be here. He is the mistake. Michael trembles, eyes wet. I don't want to die. Please, I don't want to die. Zoe explodes. Her compassion is her defiance. He's not just a number. He's a person. Marina is caught in the middle. Leader, judge, executioner. The choice is hers, and the weight threatens to crush her. The ship becomes divided, not in anger, but in despair. And then comes a chance. The ship carries liquid oxygen in external tanks mounted on the outside. If they can reach them, they might extract enough to survive. But to get there requires an EVA, climbing the tether into the void. Marina and Zoe suit up. Their faces are pale, determined. David monitors silently, eyes darting over numbers. They step into the black. The silence of space envelops them. Each breath echoes inside helmets. Their tethers strain as they climb. The earth glows far below, a jewel against endless black. Minutes stretch into eternity. The tanks are there, glistening silver against the dark. They work carefully, every movement deliberate. Hands tremble, tools slip. But they succeed. They collect oxygen. Hope returns. And then, alarms. A solar storm erupts. Radiation floods toward them, invisible death moving at the speed of light. Marina orders retreat. They race back down the tether, lungs burning, fear surging. They make it inside, barely. But the tanks? Only partially filled. Not enough. Their hope shrinks once again. The truth is clear. Not all can live. David is resigned. Marina is broken. Michael is shattered, whispering apologies through tears. And Zoe makes her choice. Without argument, without hesitation. She knows what must be done. She suits back up, quietly, calmly. She doesn't wait for permission. Marina begs her to stop, but Zoe shakes her head. Tears in her eyes, but steel in her voice. This is the only way.